Hey, this is Bill Pescosolido, and I'm coming to you today from my home office, and this is the Elite Marketing Pro Daily Dose of Awesome call. So, first of all, I wanted to just welcome you all who are watching here today, and if you would you just comment below, just say, hello, good morning, wherever you are, and give a shout out to where you're watching this from. So, again, just come on and say hello, and the city or state or country or continent even, because we have a worldwide audience here, that you are watching this from. We love to interact with you, love to see people hopping on here live, and love to see, obviously want to interact and say hello. So good morning to everyone, good afternoon, wherever you are. For me, it's noon o'clock here outside of Dallas, Texas. And today's topic is one that I'm a big fan of, actually. It's something that I'm very excited to talk to you all today. And it has to do with communicating to your prospects, communicating to your ideal customer, and how you actually can get into the minds of your ideal customer and into the minds of your prospects with your advertising, with your content, such as your blog posts, or with your email marketing, or even if you're talking to your people live on the phone, which I know, crazy, people still do that nowadays. So this is going to be a fun little daily dose of awesome. I'm going to go for about 15 minutes here today, and then we'll wrap this up. Now, before I get going here, if you are not familiar yet with Elite Marketing Pro, or if someone else referred you to this call, you can either get back with the person that referred you, or you can go over to the Elite Marketing Pro blog, which is elitemarketingpro.com. So head on over to elitemarketingpro.com, check it out over there. You can get all sorts of great information about Elite Marketing Pro from a system, from an educational platform, from a system that can help you build your business online. Now, that being said, I want to dive into today's daily dose of awesome. So, first things first, when you're thinking about your ideal customer, when you're thinking about your prospects, whatever, there's really only one thing that they buy, and that's transformation. Now, a lot of people think that, well, my customer, they're buying my shakes, or they're buying my pills, or they're buying this system. And the reality is, they're not. What they're buying is a transformation. And I'll get into more of that in a minute. But let me talk first about the before and after state of your ideal customer. So the before state is obviously going to be pretty obvious. They're unhappy for some reason. Maybe some examples of this might be maybe they're overweight, or maybe they don't have enough money to do what they want, or maybe they're stuck in a dead-end job that they hate, or maybe they have a lack of energy. And this is all going to be different based upon your niche, your product, your offer, your service. And that's the before state. Now, then there's an after state. Now, that after state is where they're looking to get to, right? The after state is happy, some form of happiness or some form of improvement. So maybe, for example, now they have time freedom to do what they want. They're able to quit that lousy job. Maybe they have financial freedom. Now they're able to do things and buy things and go on vacations that they weren't ever able to do when they were in their before state. Maybe if it's on a more health and wellness related level, maybe it's they now feel energized. They have the ability to run up the stairs or play with their grandkids, things they used to not be able to do. Or maybe they look great. They fit into those jeans that they used to not be able to fit into. Or they look in the mirror and they love what they see, whereas in the past maybe they didn't like what they saw so much. So these are all things of the after state. And you really need to understand the before state of your customer avatar and the after state of your customer avatar if you want to be able to communicate with them effectively with your ads, your copy, your blog posts, your content, your emails, etc. So what you need to do, what you need to write out is, first of all, write out the before state. And this is where you're going to write out the pains that they're experiencing, the challenges that they're having, and what your potential customers, what challenges they're hoping that you can solve for them. And that's an important one. What kind of challenges are you going to be able to solve for them? That's going to be in the before state. And you really got to dive deep into the pains and the challenges to really understand that. These are oftentimes, they're not surface level things. You really got to dive deep. It's not just, I want to lose 10 pounds. It's not just, I want to make more money. You got to dig much deeper and understand psychologically what's going on inside of their head. Now, then what you need to do is write down the after state. Right? What are their goals? Right? What are they trying to accomplish? Where do they want to go? Right? And I don't mean physically go, like not just go on a vacation. Like where do they want to go in their life? Where do they want to be taken to from an after state standpoint? What is that after state? Because again, you're not selling a product, you're not selling a service, you're not selling a pill or a shake, you're selling a transformation. And that's what you really need to understand is they're going to buy, they're not buying a thing, they're buying a transformation. So you need to understand the before and the after and understand the transformation that will take place as a result of your product, your service, or your offer. Does that make sense? Cool. So in order to help them get into that after state, you also need to write down and understand their objections that they might have. So for example, why might they not buy your product or your service? And this could be a lot of different things. For example, maybe if they're in an industry, for example, unfortunately, like the home-based business industry, maybe there's a lot of people that have been scammed before or felt that they were swindled. There were unethical gurus out there. And so maybe they're reluctant to buy because they felt that they've been hosed in the previous experience. Someone took their money and didn't fulfill. Who knows? So there could be objections like that. Another thing you have to write down is, from an objection standpoint, is why might they not buy from you? Now, maybe they're willing to buy, but they're just not willing to buy from you. And that could be a handful of different reasons. Maybe you haven't built up the know, like, trust factor well enough yet. They don't really know who you are yet. So that's something that you might want to consider, and then you can know and work on that. So I know that I've talked about this a lot. Michelle and I, we train on this a lot. Our clients and people in our inner circle we train on a lot is a customer avatar. And I know that within Elite Marketing Pro, they talk a lot about customer avatar as well. But one of the challenges, the biggest challenges that I've seen when it comes to customer avatar, and this is from our own clients and own inner circle members and even people within the Elite Marketing Pro community, is something that I call demographics and characteristics versus intent. All right, so demographics / characteristics versus intent. Now, demographic info and characteristics are what really people, I think, end up focusing a lot on. So that would be, the person's name, their age, their marital status, do they have children, how many children, the name of the kids, how old are they, what's their job, et cetera, et cetera. And this is all stuff that you can just make up. But the challenge I sometimes see is that people, when creating their avatar, is they then go deep, deep, deep into these demographics and characteristics. Maybe they start talking about how old their home is and how many square feet their house is. They talk about what grades their children are in and the high school specifically. And they talk about their actual annual income and what it has been year after year. And they dive deep, deep, deep into these characteristics and these demographics. But the challenge is they're not diving deep into the intent of the avatar. Meaning, what does the avatar really want to do? What is their intention? Because you can get bogged down with the demographics and bogged down with all the characteristics. And I'll read some of these avatars, and there was a lot of time and effort and energy placed into crafting and creating this avatar, which is great. But I feel that 99% of it is characteristic-based and demographic-based. And not nearly enough time was spent on the intent aspect, meaning what is this customer avatar? What is their intention? What are they looking to accomplish? What are they really trying to do to get into that after state? Okay, so when you're thinking about your avatar, don't just talk demographics. Because if you just focus on demographics and characteristics, the challenge is that if you go to then say, for example, run a Facebook ad, and you're doing you're setting it up, and you're in your ad campaign, and you're doing targeting, you're going to kind of get yourself in a pickle, because if you're targeting only based upon these characteristics and demographics and not what they what they want to get or what their intention is, you're going to find yourself missing the boat. Does that make sense? So again, this is where the intent is important, because you've got to put yourself into the conversation that's already going on in their mind. You have to put yourself where your avatar is currently, not where you think they should be. And if you're just doing it solely based off the demographics or the characteristics that you've created, then you're going to miss the mark on where they're actually going. Right? So where are they searching? Where are they spending their time? Meaning, like, what events do they attend? Where are the blogs or websites they're going to? If you think about this from a niche-based standpoint, you could write out a list of the top 5 or 10 blogs or websites in your niche, the top industry events within your niche, the top magazines that they would be reading that's within your niche. Who are the top coaches or gurus or thought leaders within your niche that they would be paying attention to? Because that's going to be intent-based. If you know your avatar is going to a certain event, or they're going to a certain blog all the time, that's where you need to meet them, right? Meet them with your content, and you need to speak to them where they are. So focus more on the intent and the psychology rather than the demographic only. Because it's tough to do research on your avatar around demographics. You really need to do it more based around their psychology and their intent. So examples of intent might be, are they interested in getting a new car? Are they interested, do they want to have straight teeth? Are they looking to have their teeth whitened? Right? These are very general intention things. Are they interested in growing a vegetable garden in their backyard? That would be intent. Maybe within our niche, that intent is, would they like to take, more vacations with their family, or be able to afford more vacations with their family? Would they like to retire their spouse? They want to retire early. They want to quit their job. Right? These are examples of intent. Freedom to travel with their family. This would be intent. That's why people would maybe get into the home-based business industry. That's why people might be seeking out something like Elite Marketing Pro, because there's an after state, an intention that they're looking to accomplish, and that's why they're seeking out or searching or making efforts to get involved in a home-based business or get involved with Elite Marketing Pro. No one wakes up every day, or no one wakes up in the morning and says, gosh, I wish there was a system out there that could teach me how to learn attraction marketing and how to generate leads for my business. That's not what they wake up thinking. They're thinking, gosh, I need to make more income. I need to make more money. My finances are tight. How am I going to do that? No one wakes up in the morning if they're, say, an out-of-shape person or a heavy person, and no one wakes up and says, gosh, I really just want to buy a treadmill. That's what I want to do. No one wakes up and thinks that. They wake up and they think, gosh, I got to lose weight. I got to get in shape. I got to be able to fit into my suit again, because I have a 50th high school reunion or 25th high school reunion coming up here in a couple of months. I want to look good when I go back for my high school reunion. That's what they wake up thinking, not I want to buy a treadmill. So if you think about that, the treadmill companies, they're not marketing a treadmill. What they're doing is they're marketing a transformation. Does that make sense? Again, because they know no one wants to buy a treadmill. No one really wants to buy a treadmill. I don't know the person really that just wants to buy a treadmill. No, what they want is the after state that's going to occur when they are using the treadmill for a while. Right? That's why people buy treadmills. That's why if you look at exercise treadmill commercials, whatever bike commercial, whatever thing, exercise equipment commercial, they always have people who are in really, really amazing shape using them. Right? Think about the actors or the models that are always in those commercials. They're super fit. They're incredibly, abs and muscles and The women they're all tight and look great because that's the transformation they're trying to sell. If you use this thing, you'll look like this guy, right? That's what people want. They want that after state. So for you, within your marketing, you've got to sell that transformation, sell the after state, right? And that's what people are going to buy. So again, focus more on intent rather than demographics. Now, as I wrap this up, I just want to talk real quick about how you communicate, how you speak to your ideal customer and speak to your customer avatar. And again, this could be speaking on the phone, but I'm really more referring to speaking in a sense from content creation and advertising copy standpoint. So speak to the conversation that your audience is already having in their head. Don't try to get them into a new conversation. So for example, use the words they're using, not words that you know. So if your avatar has not yet done any online marketing yet, and you're using words like lead pages and capture pages and lead magnets and landing pages and things like that, funnels, they're not going to know what that means. It's not going to make any sense to them at all. So if you're thinking about a blog post that you're writing, and if your avatar has no online experience, and you're talking about capture pages and sales funnels, it's going to go right over their head. Another example of this is if your avatar, for example, is not yet in the home-based business or is not yet in network marketing, and you're using words like prospecting and recruiting, downlines and uplines, sponsoring, they're not going to know what that means, right? You're not speaking to your avatar. You're not speaking to the conversation that's going on in their head. You're using your own vernacular and jargon, industry jargon that we use every single day, that we know and we're very familiar with it and comfortable with it and so forth. But your avatar most likely never heard that before. So you've got to be mindful of the conversation in their head, what their intent is, what their after state is, and you've got to speak to the transformation that they're going to get when they use your product. So I hope that helps. I hope that this was a beneficial little daily dose of awesome for you. If you want to continue the conversation here or ask questions, you can definitely feel free to ask questions below, comment below. If you enjoyed this daily dose of awesome, just do me a favor and just click the like button, or comment below, hey, awesome stuff, Bill, or whatever, however you feel right now. And feel free to hop on over to the Elite Marketing Pro fan page where we can continue this conversation if you want. You can ask questions over there and we'll get a good conversation there. So that's it for today. I hope you all have a great day and I'll see you in the next Daily Dose of Awesome.